Well, despite the best efforts of the pitiful Jordan haters and the revisionists seeking to destroy the legacy of the late, great Kobe Bryant, there is little dispute that MJ is the one true GOAT, and Kobe, his greatest disciple, was the one that came the closest to equaling the rarefied air that Michael reached. And it is those two names that should spearhead any list ranking the best guards of all time in league history. While there are a select few elite point guards that might fall somewhere after Mike and Kobe, if we are talking specifically two guards, you would be hard-pressed to find another in their peak that was better than Dwyane Wade. And to his credit, Wade generally is regarded as possibly the third best two guard in league history, and if not, an undeniable top 5 positional player of all time. But when evaluating how D. Wade exploded on the scene in the NBA and his early potential, the fact that Wade is so typically dismissed in terms of all-time ranking, regardless of positional designation, is a sad story as much as it is a cautionary tale on the perils of being a gutless super team building coward. And Wade came into the NBA in the vaunted 2003 NBA draft, generally regarded as one of the 3 best in NBA history, which saw LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, and Dwyane Wade come off of the board in 4 of the first 5 picks overall in the first round. And it was Wade that went 5 overall to the Miami Heat. In his rookie season, Wade helped lead the Heat to 42 wins, which was an improvement of 17 games from the year before. But it would be in just his second season in the league that Wade took a massive leap, making his first All-Star appearance while being named second-team All-NBA and second-team All-NBA defense. All of this as the Heat would jump to 59 wins in Wade's sophomore season, which led the Eastern Conference and trailed only the 62-win Phoenix Suns that season for the best record in the entire league. Now, of course, it wasn't just Wade single-handedly that year, as the Heat added kind of a big piece in the offseason, trading literal scraps to LA in order to fleece the Lakers out of Shaquille O'Neal. Together, Wade and Shaq in the 04-05 season would storm into the NBA playoffs with that aforementioned number 1 seed in the East and get all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, where they would ultimately fall in 7 games to the then defending NBA champion Detroit Pistons. But it wasn't for lack of the elite play by D. Wade, who led both teams in scoring for the series, dropping 26 points per game in a highly defensively focused series in which his Heat squad averaged only 88 per game for the 7 games. Wade would again make an All-NBA second team in his 3rd season while avenging that loss to the Pistons the year earlier, as in the 2006 playoffs, the Heat would this time beat the Pistons in 6 games in the conference finals to advance to what would become Wade's first NBA Finals appearance. And Wade ascended to the undisputed lead dog role on the team during this season and playoff run, leading the team over Shaq in virtually every standard and advanced metric, on the way to leading those entire playoffs in points and steals, while finishing 2nd in assists, 2nd in box plus minus in the postseason, 2nd in value over replacement, and 2nd in win shares. Again, all of that in just his 3rd season at the age of 24. And when he got into the NBA Finals, Wade produced arguably one of the best finals performances of this post-2000 century. The Miami Heat would match up with the Dirk Nowitzki 60-win Dallas Mavericks, fresh off of their playoff run, which saw them beat the San Antonio Spurs in a dramatic 7-game series in the West semis, before dispatching of the MVP Steve Nash-led Phoenix Suns in the West Finals. They stormed into that final series against the Heat and jumped out to a commanding 2-0 series lead. But that is when Dwyane Wade went absolutely absolutely ballistic and led the Heat to 4 consecutive wins to rip the NBA title, posting eye-popping averages in the series of 35 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2.7 steals, and 1 block per game in a series where his team scored only 92 a game. This is in a series, mind you, where Shaq was just the 6th leading scorer at only 13 points per game. Wade would easily win Finals MVP in a performance that looked pretty damn reminiscent of Jordan and Kobe. And fast forward just a few years later, by the 2008-2009 season, and Wade was one of the 3 best players on the entire planet, making first-team All-NBA, second-team All-NBA defense, and finishing 3rd in Defensive Player of the Year voting and 3rd in league-wide MVP voting that season, behind only LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. And at 27 years of age, Wade was well on his way to historical legend status, following in those great guards' footsteps before him. But alas, when Kobe won his 5th title in the 2010 NBA Finals, Wade wanted to take a shortcut. And we know damn well his fellow coward draft class mates of 2003, the number 1 overall pick LeBron James and the number 4 overall selection Chris Bosh, were also amenable to taking the pathetic easy way out.
I remember cutting my TV off as soon as Kobe ran and grabbed that ball. I was like, LeBron. All right. So what you gonna do? That was our summer free agency. They were dominating. Like, Kobe was winning all these rings. I was like, wait, hold on. Now he got 5 and we got 1? Like, no.
So the 3 of them jumped on the horn with one another, colluded behind their franchise's back, and shot up out of a stage during a pyrotechnics concert. And while somehow, some way, LeBron escaped and continues to escape any negative ramifications pertaining to his scumbag team-jumping ways, any other player that wins these cheap, trashy super team rings seems to be indelibly tarnished by the stink of it all. Please see Kevin Durant's 2 rings for your reference and Wade's 3. For his career, Wade, a 13-time All-Star with 8 All-NBA team selections and 3 titles, might rank relatively highly in the pantheon of all-time players. But there is no question that he single-handedly tanked and ruined the trajectory of what could have been a much more respected and elite career had he not willingly welcomed in LeBron James and played second fiddle to him. For what? Why? Wade was a champion already. It was LeBron who couldn't get over the hump without Wade. But don't feel overly bad for Dwyane after all. He made his own bed, and now his tarnished legacy will just have to rest in that diminished spot that he put himself in. And speaking of that gutless pairing in Miami during the 2010 offseason, you can check out this video detailing the exact timeline of the decision that destroyed the NBA. And as always, please make sure to click that subscribe button and stay up to date with me. Until next time.